Hi everyone, my name is Ayanna Proctor and I'm an incoming freshman student from Newark, Delaware. I'm a prospective biology student and I'm super excited to continue my academic career here at North Carolina A&T. I'm also very excited to meet new faces and gain new friends. And I'm also here to get some Aggie pride.
On behalf of the University Administration, faculty, staff, students, and alumni, I'd like to extend a very special welcome to the 2021 graduates before us this morning in this beautiful outdoor setting. Just weeks ago, we didn't think today would be possible. In fact, we initially announced that this commencement ceremony would take place virtually. But 2 million vaccines later, and with COVID-19 infections on the decline across the state and around the nation, we are indeed fortunate to have been able to change course. While today's ceremony looks distinctly different than any we've had in the past, we are truly blessed to be here among one another, marking a glorious milestone of achievement for each and every student gathered here today. Later today, we will hold a similar ceremony for all those who graduated last year, but were unable to participate in a commencement in person. This is truly a cause for celebration. Aggies, can I get an Aggie pride? Thank you, thank you. Graduates, today you join the ranks of more than 70,000 alumni, both living and deceased, individuals who've embodied the spirit of North Carolina A&T and exemplified Aggie pride in everything they've done. As one of us, you are an ambassador for your university, carrying the Aggie spirit with you wherever you go. The possibilities are limitless and the opportunities are bountiful. Never forget who you are and from where you come. You also know that the achievements you recognize today are not yours alone. Parents, grandparents, spouses, children, relatives, and friends, we know your graduate successes belong to you as well. For you have supported them in this journey, sometimes at great sacrifice yourselves. As the great Justice Thurgood Marshall once said, and I quote, "None of us got where we are solely by pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. We got here because somebody, a parent, a teacher, bent down and helped us pick up our boots," end quote. Graduates, join me in applauding those who helped pick up your boots to make this graduation possible for you. Lastly, before we move on to the rest of the program, let us pause for a brief moment of silence to remember those who cannot join us today, family members and friends who fell to COVID-19 over the past year. As is today, nearly 600,000 have perished across this nation from this horrific pandemic. And few of us are here today whose circles of loved ones have not been touched in some way by this disease. Please join me in remembering them now in a moment of silent meditation. Thank you.
Salutations, Aggies. My name is Sterling K. Brown, and I am honored to deliver the commencement address for the graduating classes of 2020 and 2021. Graduates, congratulations. Whether it is your bachelor's, your master's, or your PhD, you set out to attain your degree and you finished it. You did not allow the incredibly unfortunate circumstance of having to navigate a global pandemic in the midst of your pursuit deter you from staying the course. Where others may have faltered, Aggies see it through. That being said, I am sorry that your college experience was altered in such a drastic way, especially for you undergrads. So much of your time at A&T is not only shaped by the classes you take and the professors who mentor you, but the friendships you make along the way. The games you cheer at, the parties you kick it at, the late night conversations that stay with you for years to come. I know that got cut short for y'all, and I'm sorry. But there are still memories. I'm sure of it. And they become all the more precious because of their scarcity. If this pandemic has taught us anything, it is the value of community and how precious and necessary it is for our survival. Now, in the research I did in preparation for this speech, I found out that this institution, its alumni, and its student body have a tremendous amount of pride. Aggie pride. I'm gonna leave a little space for y'all to do your
And can
chant.
I get an Aggie pride?
There you go. Now, as an outsider from your institution, but as an insider in the Black community, that pride gives me a tremendous amount of joy. You all, whether you are aware of it or not, are stepping out into the world with something special. For the past 2 to 5 years, you've been able to live your lives not as the other, but in an environment that was made especially for you and your success, in a place that unequivocally states you belong. This is your foundation. Your investment in human capital here at A&T was not just about knowledge accrued, but also a soul imbued with the spirit of Black excellence. You now get to take this Aggie pride with you wherever you go. No one can take it away from you. On This Is Us, the character I play, Randall Pearson, is a transracial adoptee. His lifelong journey has been to figure out if he was enough. Enough to be loved, enough to be kept, if he was Black enough. He grew up separate from his biological family and separate from the Black community. He felt adrift. It took a lot for him to find his way back to himself. It started with an incredible Black woman he met in college named Bethany Clark, if all you cisgendered hetero males could be so lucky. Together they have 3 amazing girls, 2 by birth, 1 by adoption. He was able to meet his biological father and learn the heartbreaking story of his birth mother. By both, he knew that he was loved. He became a councilman and moved his family to the city of Philadelphia with the hope of being able to make a more direct contribution to people that looked like him. It has taken all of these steps for Randall to feel like he was enough. Now, imagine if he had gone to a school like yours, if he got a chance to walk around for however many years with Aggie pride. He would have still found his Bethany Clark, trust and believe. But he would have also been exposed to the diaspora of Blackness that would have allowed him to see there are as many ways to be Black as there are Black people, as long as you're not anti-Black. Can I get an amen? He would have had professors that looked like him, actively seeking to mentor his intellectual curiosity. He would have had the dopest group of friends who would have no doubt teased him for being a nerd, but would have respected and appreciated his tenacity because they got a little nerd in them too. He would have been inundated with the culture that makes America, America. Whether we're talking about food, dance, music, art, cinema, architecture, science, etc., the innovativeness of Black people knows no bounds. This would have been Randall's foundation. And this is the gift that each and every one of you gets to take with you into the world. With this awesome gift now being integrated into your psychological makeup, I simply have one request. Do not let the world convince you that you are anything less than what you know yourselves to be. This Aggie pride that you have, let it carry you from success to even greater success. There should be no dampening of this pride. only amplification. And it will not always be easy. Many of you will be stepping into scenarios where for the first time in a long time, you will be treated like the other. In some cases, you may even be the only. Do not let your circumstances dictate your level of success. You didn't let COVID stop you from getting this diploma. Do not let this nation, which was built on the precepts of white supremacy, convince you that there is no seat for you at the table. Aggies win. Now, allow me to take a brief moment to recognize the families of our graduates today. Moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, uncles and aunts, brothers and sisters, whether it was financial or emotional, physical or spiritual, your support helped bring this day to fruition. Your prayers, your encouragement, your love have not been in vain. And in celebrating our graduates today, we also celebrate you. Congratulations, family. So, this chapter of your life is over. You have filled the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, and we can finally turn the page. But the book isn't over, my people, and there are many more races to be run. This is not a final address. This is a commencement address. This is the beginning of something new. I encourage you to approach each new chapter of your life with a beginner's mindset. You don't have to be an expert to be interested. You don't even have to be good to go far. What you have to be is willing to learn. Your formal education may be complete, but God willing, you have cultivated within yourselves a culture of lifelong learning that you now get to put to the test. This is where you get to show what that Aggie pride is all about. Now, here's the thing about being us. Whether we like it or not, whether or not we think it's fair, people are watching, black and white alike. And what we do with the opportunities we have been given will necessarily impact whether others who look like us will be given similar opportunities in the future. As much as we would sometimes like to think that we are islands unto ourselves and what I do shouldn't have any bearing on anyone else, that is simply not our truth. We have the responsibility to not only represent ourselves in this world, but also the families, the institutions, and the people that made a way for us to be here celebrating the diplomas you received today. Daunting? Kinda. A pain in the butt? Sometimes. But there is an easy way, scratch that. There is a simple way to honor all that have made a way for you to be at this point in your lives. Do your best. Just do your best. Now, some of you may immediately find a career that lasts a lifetime, something that fits like hand in glove, allowing you to feed your families, contribute to your communities, that makes your soul sing. It should be easy for you to give it your all, and I congratulate you in advance for finding your calling. And some of the rest of y'all may have a few jobs before you find out what that career will be. And that's okay. Still, do your best. It is only through giving something your all that you can actually know whether or not it's for you. And you never have to worry about letting anybody down when you give it 100. Eventually, if you haven't already, you will find that thing where your passion, talent, and effort are all equal to each other. And that's the thing that you will ultimately give your attention to. But in the meantime, in between times, developing a habit of always doing your best can do nothing but serve you. Okay, so that's about it. We're doing this virtually, and I'm sure y'all got better things to do than sit and watch Brown stun on the Jumbotron, if there even is a Jumbotron. I'm trying to see how I look right here. But I want to thank you for the invitation to speak with you today. Congratulations on the completion of your degree, and I cannot wait to see that Aggie pride up close and personal. Stay safe, and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. You finished your degree in the midst of a pandemic. There are still reasons to be enthused. You need to value the community and how it has been important for our survival. No one can take away your Aggie pride. Do not let the world convince you are anything less than who you are. And a simple way to honor all those who have been a blessing in your life: do your best. Do your best. Let's give Mr. Brown another round of applause.
The candidate for the Bachelor of Science degree in the College of Science and Technology, please stand and come forward for public recognition. Mr. Chancellor, these candidates have completed all the requirements for the Bachelor of Science degrees as prescribed by the faculties of the College of Science and Technology and are hereby recommended for the Bachelor of Science degree in their respective fields.
Ayanna Michaela Proctor.
By authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina and by the Board of Trustees of North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, I confer upon you the degree in your respective area with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Graduates, please grasp your tassels and transfer them to the appropriate side. Congratulations to each of you. Please be seated. Teresa Davis, Associate Vice Chancellor for Alumni Relations, will now come forth to administer the alumni oath to the new graduates. Ms. Davis.
Yes. Graduates, please rise. I will read the entire oath, and at the end, I will ask you to respond, "I do." I hereby solemnly pledge allegiance to my alma mater in appreciation for the opportunities for development afforded me as a student of North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. I pledge active participation in the North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University alumni community, which spans the nation and stretches around the globe wherever I may be. Through association with fellow alumni, I shall forever do my best to uphold the ideals and traditions of my alma mater. I pledge to exemplify high ideals by rendering positive and dignified service to the community, state, nation, and yes, the world, thus living to bring honor and respect to my alma mater this 9th day of May 2021. Graduates, please respond, "I do." Congratulations, and can I get an Aggie pride?
Please be seated. Please be seated. Thank you. So I want to thank all of you who came from far and near for this special and historic service. Thank you. Thank you. As you leave this university and you leave to go out and face the world, we encourage you to continue to be resilient, persistent, diligent, and we enable you to complete because of the work you've done this entire academic year, 2020, 2021, without sending students home and without pivoting to fully online instruction, like so many of our universities around the nation. In the face of such a difficult and lethal virus, I hope that you will always look back upon your experiences here at North Carolina A&T, and certainly your final year, with a sense that you truly accomplished something special. In the spirit of higher education and the land-grant universities, we apply scientific knowledge to addressing a global pandemic, and we work together, yes, students, faculty, staff, and administration, to keep this campus safe and healthy. As both a fellow alumnus of North Carolina A&T and its chancellor, one of my greatest joys is watching the members of each graduating class begin their post-university lives. The opportunities you prepare to take advantage of now are exciting indeed, and I look forward to the fascinating, audacious, bold, and beautiful things that each of you will do in the months and years ahead. What you've done so far is great. What you'll do in the future is even greater. Keep A&T in your hearts as you move out into the world. Never forget what this institution made possible for you and what those who came before you did to prepare a place for you in Aggie land. Make your commitment to give back, to keep your arm in the door of opportunity, to ensure it stays open for those who will follow you in the years to come. Why? Because that's what Aggies do. Now please stand as we sing the alma mater and remain standing for the recessional. Graduates, please remain standing until the platform party has left the stage. Again, congratulations. Once and again, Aggie Pride.
A-G-G-I-E, Y-P-R-I-D-E, Y, give me that.